Your back is a massive muscle group made up of several layers. You've got your lats, which flare out like wings at your side. You've got your upper back muscles, which include the teres minor, the teres major, up in the top portion here. You've got your rear delts that are just above that. You've got your rhomboids, the muscles between your shoulder blades. You've got the traps, which are broken up into three segments, the upper, the lower, the mid. You've got your lower back, these spinal erector muscles, which form the branches of your Christmas tree. So if you want to fully develop your back and have an aesthetically pleasing back, you want to make sure that you're including a variety of exercises in your training. And because this muscle group is so large, the exercises tend to be very demanding. They can take a lot out of you, which is a big reason why I like to include 2 different back workouts in my training plan, just to make sure I'm covering everything, to make sure I'm able to give the best of myself to each exercise, every single rep, every single set within that workout. Now in today's video, I'm going to give you some different breakdowns, some different examples of how I structure my back training. We'll begin with something similar to what we're following this month, the next 2 months, in the Jacked at 40 Club, where both back workouts include a vertical pulling exercise, a horizontal pulling exercise, an exercise for the traps, and an exercise for the rear delts, as well as an exercise for the lower back. So what that may look like is the first workout may include a neutral grip pull down. You can go with a close grip or a wider grip or anywhere in between. I personally prefer like a shoulder width grip when it comes to the neutral grip pull down. Just feels best on my shoulders. I feel like I get the best focus contraction with my lats as well. Just one of my favorite exercises for a back builder. Next, you'd move on to a rowing exercise, maybe the seated row. Again, you can use various grips here. I tend not to prefer like the most narrow V-shaped grip there. Again, I like to go a little bit wider that, or maybe even closer to that shoulder width grip as well. And then moving on to an exercise for the traps, maybe a machine shrug is something that you'll go with there. And then moving on to an exercise for the rear delts, that can be like a high to low rear delt cable fly there. Well, that's probably one of my favorite rear delt exercises. And then moving on to maybe a back extension to work the lower back. Maybe the second workout, you begin with a wide grip pull down, move on to a chest-supported T-bar row or a chest-supported dumbbell row, and then moving on to an exercise for the traps. Maybe that's a prone shrug, or maybe it is a scapula retraction. So you want to do that kind of shrugging movement in various planes of motion, not just vertical, but horizontal, and even like different angles along there. It doesn't have to be completely 90 degrees up and down there. So working in a variety of different shrugging movements is going to be fantastic for thickening up your mid and upper back there. So I love all those various shrugging exercises in there. Highly recommend that you work them into your overall back training. For the rear delts, maybe it's a reverse machine fly that you're going to work it there. And maybe for the lower back, you do a reverse hyperextension, or maybe even use the 45-degree angle bench that kind of gets some hamstrings and glutes in there as well. So just varying things up where you're going to place some extra focus on strengthening that lower back, which again is going to get worked in some of your leg training, whether it's a Romanian deadlift, a stiff leg deadlift. Chances are you're working in that lower back with those exercises, but I like to work it directly as well to strengthen that up. And really, again, it's gonna be ideal for your overall health and well-being too. The overall strength and stability of your physique, strengthening up the core muscles within your body there. So that could be 2 different variations, like 2 different workouts in a single workout plan there. And you can roll with a structure like that for up to like 16 weeks at a time there, keeping the basic foundation of that program in stone, and just swapping out an exercise here and there. Maybe you swap out one of the vertical pulling movements with a pull-up instead of a pull down. Maybe one of the rowing exercises, you swap it out for a dumbbell row. Maybe for, again, like I said, there's giving me a variety of different trap exercises, whether it's a machine shrug where you're shrugging upwards vertically, a scapular traction where it's completely horizontally, or you do a prone shrug where you can change the angle of the bench, whether you have a bench like I have here, or you're doing it on an incline bench. You can adjust that incline and adjust the angle that you are doing that shrugging movement with. Instead of like a rear delt cable fly or a reverse machine fly, you can do a bent over raise or something like that. Just swap out one exercise for each of those muscle groups each month. So in that entire workout, you're just swapping out one single exercise for each of those angles there. And there's just such a variety of exercises we can work in there to make sure that we are stimulating every muscle fiber possible within our back muscles there. So again, rolling with that for upwards like 8 to 16 weeks. And there's another, like so many different splits you can utilize there. If you're doing like a push-pull leg split, one of the pull workouts you could do focus on vertical pulling. The other back workout you could do horizontal pulling. So maybe for the vertical pulling, you're starting off with some pull-ups, then you do some form of pull down, then maybe finish off with some rope straight arm pull down. So the lats are already like on fire and really you've worked them quite a bit. So in that eccentric portion of the movement, when you're doing that rope straight arm pull down there, you can really feel the stretch in those upper back muscles there. And then really, when you're squeezing down, really focus on driving the elbows down to your sides, downwards there, really intensifying the contraction in your back muscle. Like that's where I can really feel it for myself personally, my muscle connection. I know a lot of people will feel that exercise up in the upper back around the armpit area. I love to feel that down in that Christmas tree area, kind of the lower lat area there too. So again, this comes with a lot of training, a lot of experience there, where you can steer that neural drive with your back muscles there. And again, so vertical, you got those exercises there. Then again, you can still work in different traps. So if it's vertical, I would do like a machine shrug there for the traps there. Then you go to the pull movement. Maybe you're doing like a chest supported T-bar row, a dumbbell row, maybe a high row to your chest or to your neck, something like that. Or a rear delt row there can be fantastic as well for the rear delts and the upper back at the same time there. So again, it's all horizontal movements when it comes, and again, prone shrug would be a good one, or a scapular traction would be a good one for the traps on that exercise. So many different splits you can utilize to incorporate a couple different back workouts into your training. It doesn't have to be a traditional split as well. Like right now in the Jacked at 40 Club, we're training back twice per week, but every other muscle group is only getting hit once per week. Again, because it's such a massive muscle group, it should demand like a little more attention than the other muscle groups out there. It should require a bit more exercises, a bit more sets in order to make sure that you are fully stimulating all the muscle fibers within your back and fully developing it. So highly encourage you to focus a lot more of your attention on developing your back muscles. It can be a challenge because, I mean, that's a muscle group that we don't see when we're training, except I believe the Strong and Shapely gym in the Jersey area, from what I've heard, has like mirrors set up where when you're doing the back exercise, you can look in the mirror and then there's a mirror behind you that you can actually see your back muscles in motion. So it's a big reason why I love recording my videos, seeing my back muscles in action. It just gives me that kind of feedback to see how my back is developing, and even seeing like how my scapula is moving, how the muscles are moving back there, if I need to make any subtle adjustments, and if I notice things I'm not really feeling while I'm doing the exercises, and I can make little corrections there. But I would love to hear how you structure your training, even again, like if it is like a body part split routine that you're following for workout plans. We're coming off that, wasn't that long ago we did that, where we're crushing back one of those workouts. For a workout plan, if you're in the gym more often, like again, you stick with that plan for a month. Make sure that you are the following month swap out an exercise just in your yearly training plan. If that is your typical kind of split that you roll with, make sure throughout your training year you're incorporating a variety of exercises into your training plan in order to stimulate all those muscle fibers. So again, I'd love to hear how you train your back. Anything that has worked great for you in the past, your experiences there that has really helped develop your back, because it is an impressive muscle group. I gotta say, like when I see some of the massive guys out there that going over to the water fountain, bending over, and you can see their traps. You see some of their back muscle just popping out, even without, even with the shirt on there. It's always impressive. So highly recommend that you spend a lot of time and attention on developing your back muscles. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. More than anything, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share your insights, share your feedback, share your own personal experiences, what has worked best for you. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you next video.